stuff and educate people or whatever, because I think I'm saying, Davey, you're an idiot because he sounds like a fucking idiot. But I sound like a fucking idiot all the time. So it's not wrong for Davey to say what he was saying, because it is valid, I think, to some extent. I think some girls do hold themselves back with the mentality because, but it's not just some girls, a lot of guys do it as well. I mean, there's got to be so many players right now in this chat that play CS, like, and you have a dream and you're like, fuck, you know, you're such a competitive person. You've always been competitive. You've played sports in high school and you played football in high school. And just because you're on the varsity team, on your basketball team in high school, doesn't mean that your dream is to join the NBA. And if you didn't join the NBA, that you're a failure. It shouldn't be that extreme. If you play basketball all your life, you're a competitive basketball player, you love basketball, that is your passion, okay? And you were on the varsity team, and but you played a little bit in college, but I mean, you're just not good enough to make it to NBA. You're just not. It's fact. Fact is, you're not tall enough. You're not. Obviously, I'm going into the physical aspects of things, so it's a little bit different than in Counter-Strike. But I'm just saying, you're just not fast enough. You're just not good enough. Bottom line, you're not good enough to make it to the NBA. There are people that are better than you. Does that mean that what does that mean? Does that mean you've been wasting your time this entire time? Your parents wasted thousands of dollars to put you into private leagues. You had a coach. You were in AAU. It cost thousands of dollars per season to be on that. You traveled with your private team. You did all these things to play basketball and travel and play at a competitive level, higher than average, but yet, you know, what does that mean? Why is there even a debate? Why does there have to be a debate? There shouldn't be. You know, just because you didn't, your dream, everyone's dream when they're competitive is to dream for the next step, okay? If you're a 15-year-old kid, when I first started playing CS competitively, I was 15 years old. If I'm 15 years old back then, and per Davies' words, my dream should have been to attend a major. First of all, there were no majors back then. Okay, but let's say CPL. My dream was to attend CPL. That's skewed. I didn't even know that there was a CPL. No one 15-year-old brain, well, obviously there are some exceptions to that, but if you're 15 years old, you don't plan out your entire life. Like, who is that responsible at 15 in order to sit there and make out a thing and be like, okay, my dream and my goal here is to practice this many times. My end game is to make it to the CPL and win CPL. Now, gradually, as you're competing and playing and you're more exposed to the competitive aspect of Counter-Strike, and then you're introduced to the leagues, you're introduced to what invite actually means, you're introduced to what premier means, then you start gradually forming a dream, okay? But yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that, yes, some women are held back by their own mentality. Some women aren't able to get past a barrier that they form themselves because of running into cyberbullying or running into, they're just not good enough. And so they settle. And this is the fact of life. It's not just Counter-Strike, and it's not just women, but specifically women are targeted in this argument because women are the minority in the gaming world. And so because we're such the minority, but yet we're still such a huge demographic in purchasing of the games that these companies need to market to women. So now you have the tech industries doing female initiative, women in gaming, women in tech initiatives to push to allow women to grow and be inspired to take it to the next level. So money is being poured into these initiatives. So that is why the debate is here. And I think the most important thing to remember is that it all comes down to, bottom line, it's a ratio issue. It's a ratio issue. There's not enough women to men ratio wise. And so if you have 100 dudes, and out of those 100 dudes, you're going to have 5 pros. But if you only have 10 women, you may not even have one that's going to become a pro. It's just a fact of the matter, man. And the thing is, yeah, my team is in intermediate right now. Some of us are good enough. I truly think some of us are good enough to probably be in Premier, maybe even higher, maybe the lower tier invite teams. I think on my good days, I think I could be on a Premier team or an invite team. But fact is that since the beginning of my competitive CS career, I've been playing on female teams, and it's impossible to find 5 girls that are on the same level and the same waves as I am and to excel together. Now, does that mean that my goal was to just beat the women? Yeah, it does. For many a years it did, because Counter-Strike wasn't my entire life. Now Davey is 18 years old or 19 years old. He's a young kid. CSGO is blowing up. His prime, he's getting into his prime right now. And he's able to have that mentality because he's the exception. He's grown. He's an invite. He's a good player. So his mindset could be different. And there are some women out there right now, some girls who could be 17 years old, and they could be the exception. They might be good. And it's my responsibility to allow these women to be inspired, to understand that they can take it to the next level. They can dream, and don't just let their dreams be dreams. They can actually take it to the next level, you know? And so that's why these initiatives are there. It's in order to create a place for inspiration. Now, obviously, that's much more deep than it is. It's not like my life revolves around, okay, what am I gonna do to inspire these young gamers? You know, that's not my life. Like, I don't want to get it twisted. Like, I'm not some saint and some ambassador that my life revolves around just getting these girls up off their feet and allowing them to become professional gamers. Like, that's not my life. But I'm saying that because I'm in this position, I'm hoping that I am paving a way to allow some of it to happen. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that some of it made sense at least. It's just it's a ratio thing. There's just not enough girls. The money is there. It's not as if it's not, the debate should just not be there, because this is the same thing as debating about affirmative action. It's the same thing as debating about women trying to be in higher positions in companies, pushing women initiatives in all real life things. Like, it's just like debating on that, and it's a bit ridiculous that it has to be constantly defended. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go back and watch this VOD and see if I made any sense, but I hope I did. I hope it made some sense, and I hope that it somewhat explains some questions. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that explains some of it. And again, guys, just another reminder, like, these female tournaments, like these women initiatives, it isn't to breed out like the best of the best. Like, that's not the goal here. The goal isn't to like fucking weed out the noobs and figure out who the gods of the female community are. We're not even there yet. We're not even close to being there yet. The goal is to inspire and create competitive female gamers, because the stats are something crazy, like 50% of gamers are women. But out of those 50%, the consumers, these women gamers that go out and purchase and are a part of the economy system in the gaming world. They put out the money to buy a game, but they don't stick to it. They don't play it. They don't have inspiration. They don't have a competitive edge. They don't have the culture. The cultural differences don't give them the inspiration to just go and just do it and be like, oh shit, I'm gonna be a gamer. Let me take this to the next level. Oh, there's a league. Let me join the league. Like that's why there's different leagues for females to and tournaments to inspire women. But yeah, hopefully that made sense. If you see something stupid, can you at least let me go through highlights before you delete it? I don't get what you're saying, Brandon. Oh, so you're saying don't delete this VOD and you're just gonna make this a highlight yourself? Go ahead. I mean, thanks, Miss Fixie. I think, yeah, I mean, we could highlight this. I don't know how stupid I sound. I don't know if I'm making much sense. It's not like I have this shit scripted, and it's not like I'm like, again, this is my opinion only. Like, it's not like I'm a spokesperson for fucking all female gamers in the world. It's absolutely not that at all. It's just me talking from what I think, what my views are, and why I think it's necessary. Now, I could be wrong. My opinion could definitely be biased. But yeah, that's just what I think it is. So yeah. You guys are very supportive right now. Potter, make a scripted video on YouTube.